If fear had a face, it would have stared back at Cristiano Ronaldo on the biggest nights in Europe. 80,000 fans roaring, defenders circling, time slipping away, the weight of expectation pressing down like gravity. And yet, when others felt their legs tremble, he felt something else entirely. Clarity. Hunger. A surge of belief so unshakable that pressure became fuel. When the Champions League anthem echoed through the stadium and elimination loomed like a shadow, Ronaldo did not shrink. He expanded. He demanded the ball. He welcomed the moment. And more often than not, he decided it. This is the story of when Cristiano Ronaldo stepped up under extreme pressure, the nights when fear was loud, the stakes were suffocating, and Europe watched to see who would blink first. It was almost never him. The anatomy of pressure in Europe. The UEFA Champions League is not just another competition. It is the pinnacle of club football, where margins are microscopic and narratives are written in seconds. One mistake can erase a season's work. One goal can immortalize a player forever. Pressure in Europe is layered. Tactical pressure from elite opponents. Psychological pressure from hostile stadiums. Emotional pressure from fans and legacy. Historical pressure, knowing the world is watching. Many great players have been technically gifted enough to shine in domestic leagues. But the Champions League demands something more: composure under chaos. It demands mental steel. Ronaldo built a career on thriving in exactly those conditions. Manchester United, the birth of big game Ronaldo. When Cristiano Ronaldo first arrived at Manchester United in 2003, he was explosive but raw. He dazzled defenders, but critics questioned his decision-making. What he did possess, however, was a competitive fire that refused to accept limitations. By the 2007-08 season, that fire had matured into dominance. 2008 Champions League Final, Moscow. Rain poured down in Moscow. The pitch was slick. The tension was unbearable. Ronaldo rose highest to head Manchester United into the lead against Chelsea. It was not just a goal, it was a statement. Even after missing a penalty in the shootout, a moment that would break many players, Ronaldo stood tall as United eventually lifted the trophy. He did not hide from responsibility. He never does. That season, he scored 8 goals in the competition, announcing to Europe that he was no longer just a flashy winger. He was a decisive force. Pressure revealed him. It did not expose weakness, it exposed greatness. Real Madrid, where pressure became oxygen. If Manchester United built Ronaldo's confidence, Real Madrid forged his legend. At Madrid, pressure was not occasional. It was permanent. Every season without the Champions League was considered failure. Every missed chance magnified. Every performance dissected. And yet, from 2009 to 2018, Ronaldo turned Europe into his personal stage. The 2012 semi-final heartbreak, fuel for obsession. In 2012, Real Madrid fell to Bayern Munich in a dramatic penalty shootout. Ronaldo missed from the spot. Critics resurfaced. Doubts whispered again. But what makes legends different is not that they avoid setbacks, it's that they transform them into motivation. The following years would become the most dominant Champions League stretch by any individual in history. La Decima, the 2014 breakthrough. Real Madrid's obsession with La Decima, their 10th European title, was immense. 12 years had passed without European glory. The weight of history hung heavy. In the final against Atletico Madrid, Real trailed 1-0 deep into stoppage time. Pressure had reached suffocating levels. Sergio Ramos scored the equalizer in the 93rd minute, a moment that saved Madrid's season. But Ronaldo's role throughout that campaign was critical. He scored a record 17 goals in the 2013-14 Champions League, a record that still stands. In the final's extra time, with Atletico exhausted, Ronaldo stepped up to score a penalty that sealed the 4-1 victory. Shirt off, muscles flexed, a roar to the sky. It was not arrogance. It was release. He had delivered when it mattered most. The 2016 final, ice in the veins. Fast forward to Milan. Another final against Atletico Madrid. Another tense, tactical battle. The match ended 1-1 after extra time. Penalties again. Who took the decisive 5th penalty for Real Madrid? Cristiano Ronaldo. The pressure was absolute. One kick to win the Champions League. One miss to prolong agony. He didn't rush. He didn't hesitate. He struck cleanly into the net. Game over. Trophy secured. Pressure had become his ally. 2017. the perfect final performance. Against Juventus in Cardiff, Ronaldo delivered one of the most complete final performances in modern history. 2 goals, clinical movement, intelligent positioning, relentless focus. Real Madrid became the first team in the modern era to defend the Champions League title. Ronaldo scored in both finals 2016 and 2017, reinforcing a simple truth. When stakes rise, so does he. 2018, the bicycle kick that froze time. April 3, 2018, Juventus Stadium. Ronaldo received a cross from Dani Carvajal. What followed felt like physics bending to willpower. He leapt, suspended in air, executed a perfect overhead kick. The Juventus crowd, their own stadium, applauded him. But beyond the beauty of the goal was the context. It came in a knockout tie, away from home, against one of Europe's best defensive teams. It was not just skill. It was audacity under pressure. To attempt something so technically difficult in such a high-stakes environment requires supreme confidence. Most players choose safety. Ronaldo chooses legacy. The 2019 Atletico comeback, hat-trick of defiance. Perhaps no match better defines Ronaldo under extreme pressure than the 2019 round of 16 second leg. Juventus had lost 2-0 to Atletico Madrid in the first leg. The Spanish side was defensively organized and emotionally charged. Many believed the tie was finished. Ronaldo did not. He scored a towering header. Then another. Then, with the score at 2-0, he stepped up for a penalty to complete the hat-trick. Juventus advanced 3-2 on aggregate. It was not just a comeback. It was a personal declaration. You cannot eliminate me quietly. The psychology behind his fearlessness. What allows Ronaldo to remain calm when the world expects collapse? 1. Obsessive preparation. Pressure feels smaller when preparation is massive. Ronaldo trains with intensity that borders on obsession. Fitness, repetition, visualization, nothing is left to chance. He has often spoken about imagining scenarios before they happen. When the moment arrives, it feels familiar. 2. Emotional control. Ronaldo is emotional, but he channels it. He uses anger as fuel, criticism as motivation, doubt as inspiration. In high-pressure moments, he simplifies the game. Focus on the ball. Focus on execution. Ignore the noise. 3. Ruthless self-belief. Confidence is not accidental. It is built through years of delivering in crucial moments. Each decisive goal reinforces the belief that the next one is possible. And belief under pressure changes everything. Statistical evidence of clutch greatness. Ronaldo is the all-time leading scorer in Champions League history with 140+ goals. But numbers become more impressive when context is added. Over 60 knockout stage goals, the most in history. Goals in 3 separate Champions League finals. Multiple hat-tricks in knockout ties. Numerous goals after the 80th minute. Decisive penalties under extreme pressure. Many players accumulate goals in group stages. Ronaldo scores when elimination is on the line. That distinction defines legacy. Leadership under pressure. Leadership is not always about shouting instructions. Sometimes it is about demanding responsibility. When teammates feel doubt, Ronaldo signals something different. Give me the ball. In comeback situations, body language matters. Ronaldo's posture rarely slumps. His intensity rises. He gestures forward. He presses defenders. He chases lost causes. Pressure is contagious, but so is belief. And Ronaldo spreads belief. The criticism and the response. Of course, no career is without critics. Some argue he seeks spotlight. Others claim he is overly emotional. But examine the record. When teams needed goals to survive in Europe, how often did he deliver? Again and again. Criticism fades. Results remain. The science of thriving under pressure. Sports psychology suggests that elite performers under pressure often enter a state called flow, heightened focus where distractions disappear. Ronaldo appears to access this state on Champions League nights. His breathing slows. His movements sharpen. His decisions accelerate. He does not look overwhelmed. He looks activated. That difference separates very good players from timeless legends. Beyond talent, the relentless mindset. Talent introduces you to the stage. Mindset keeps you there. Ronaldo's career demonstrates an unwavering commitment to improvement. Even after multiple Ballon d'Or awards, he sought marginal gains, better positioning, smarter runs, improved aerial timing. Under pressure, these details matter. A half-second advantage, a perfectly timed leap, a precisely struck penalty. Those refinements convert tension into triumph. Extreme pressure, eternal legacy. Why do certain Champions League nights feel synonymous with Ronaldo? Because he did not avoid the spotlight. He demanded it. He did not wait for permission to decide games. He seized them. From Moscow to Milan, from Cardiff to Turin, from Madrid to Manchester, Europe has witnessed the same pattern. When stakes peak, Ronaldo responds. The human element. It is easy to romanticize greatness. But behind the headlines is a human being who has felt doubt, endured setbacks, and faced public scrutiny. What makes his story powerful is not perfection. It is resilience. He missed penalties. He lost semifinals. He endured criticism. But he returned stronger. Under extreme pressure, he remembered who he was. Why it matters. In sport, and in life, pressure is unavoidable. Deadlines approach. Expectations rise. Eyes watch. Some shrink. Some survive. A rare few elevate. Ronaldo belongs to the third category. His Champions League journey offers a lesson beyond football. Preparation breeds confidence. Confidence conquers fear. And fearlessness under pressure creates moments that echo for generations. Final whistle. When the Champions League anthem plays and history waits to be written, there is a reason defenders glance nervously toward Cristiano Ronaldo. They know something. When time is scarce. When elimination looms. When the stadium trembles. He does not panic. He believes. And more often than not, belief, backed by relentless work and unshakable mentality, turns pressure into triumph. That is why, under extreme pressure in Europe, Cristiano Ronaldo never seemed afraid. He seemed alive.